You ever have a moment so humiliating you replay it in your head for days, each time hoping for a different ending? That's me right now. I swear, I never imagined one stupid little joke could unravel an entire night for the way I see people. My name's Maya, I'm 28, and if I sound like someone who's learned their lesson the hard way, well, buckle up, because this is not your average party story. It started at Sam's apartment, our unofficial pregame each year. She hosts these wild prep nights before we hit the city, music thumping, drinks flowing, everyone perched on couches or sprawled on the floor like we're still college kids. That golden, reckless hour before the world outside even matters. Enter Theo. Now, if you blinked, you'd probably miss him. That's his superpower, being so ordinary, he loops around and becomes mysterious. He's not unattractive, but he's not the guy anyone crushes on, you know. Lanky, with glasses always sliding down his nose, and hair that can't decide what it wants to be. He's the guy you recognize in group photos but forget in real life. Friendly enough, always there, always in the background. But that night, something was different. Maybe it was the tequila. Maybe I was just on one, but when Theo walked in clutching his cheap seltzers, something in me decided to make him the punchline. I was sandwiched between Sam and my husband Chris, already in the zone as the group's resident comedian. I blurted out, "Whoa, Theo, look at you actually dressed up. Who's the lucky one tonight?" The couple giggles, nothing huge, but it fueled me. I kept going, playing it up. "Don't fake it, Theo, you finally ditched the IT guy look." The room cracked up. Even Chris snorted. I should have stopped, but nope. I went for round 3, eyes narrowed for dramatic effect. Be real, did you hire a stylist or just lose a bet? And then the shift. Theo wasn't laughing anymore. He just nodded, lips pressed tight, and stood up. Quietly. The room went still. He placed his 6-pack on the counter, then, in a slow, almost cinematic way, started unbuttoning his shirt. Not a word. Just one button. 2, 3. Everyone started whispering. Even Chris shot me "What did you do?" "Look." I tried to play it off, but the control I thought I had was slipping through my fingers. Theo peeled off his shirt, tossed it aside like it meant nothing, and suddenly the shy, invisible guy wasn't so invisible. He was ripped. Not Jim Bro ripped, but strong, defined, like he'd been hiding a Marvel superhero costume under his Target hoodies. Mouths dropped. Sam gasped. Even Marcus, her boyfriend, just stared. Theo just grabbed a seltzer, popped it open, and leaned back like he hadn't just flipped the entire room upside down. Silence. Actual crushing silence. Then Sam broke it to "Dang, Theo." And someone whistled. I tried to recover. "All right, you win, Theo. You can put your clothes back on." He just shrugged and, for the first time, hit us with the line that will haunt me, "Nah. Just stayed quiet while you'll talk too much." It was the calm, casual confidence that did it. The room erupted. He didn't gloat, didn't grandstand. He just owned it, buttoned his shirt back up slow, every click sounding like a mic drop. And before he sat down, he hit me with a finisher. "Don't ask for the smoke if you're not ready to choke." I laughed. What else could I do? He'd won. Everyone knew it. After that, every joke I tried that night was met with, "Careful, Maya, Theo's here." I played along, but inside, I was shook. Not because he roasted me, honestly, I can take it as well as I dish it, but because of how he did it. No yelling, no anger, just cold, calculated calm. That silence was louder than any comeback. Eventually, the music came back, drinks kept flowing, the tension faded. Sam whispered to me, grinning, "Girl, he got you good." And she wasn't wrong. I tried to laugh it off, but all night, my eyes kept finding Theo. I'd never really seen him before, you know? Just Theo, the background guy. But now, every time he moved, I noticed. The way his sleeves hugged his arms, the new confidence in his shoulders. Not in a "I'm crushing" way, I love my husband, but suddenly my brain couldn't file him away as harmless. He'd written his role, and my brain needed time to adjust. Chris, meanwhile, didn't seem to notice my stunned silence. He was too busy talking trash with Marcus about basketball. At one point, Theo and I ended up in the kitchen, both reaching for drinks. He caught my eye. "You good, Maya?" Like he hadn't just demolished my whole persona. "Yeah," I said. "You think you're sick, huh?" He grinned. "Not really. You'll just make it too easy sometimes." That hit deep, and he knew it. "You've been practicing that line, haven't you?" I teased. "Don't ask for the smoke if you're not ready to choke." He just shrugged. "Maybe. Or maybe I'm just tired of being the guy everyone thinks they can clown." Damn. That landed harder than any joke I had told that night. We just stood there, drinking in this new truce, feeling the air shift around us. I admitted, low-key proud of you. You were in that one. He nodded. Appreciates it. And just like that, the energy between us settled. The rest of the night, bars, dancing, greasy diner food at 2 and business as usual. Theo didn't milk it. He was the same chill guy, head back, staring at the ceiling, quietly and bothered. But I felt it. We all did. The next morning, head pounding, I scrolled through Sam's blurry party pics and then there it was. A video of Theo's shirtless moment. Only a clip, but enough to make my stomach flip. I watched it, not because I was crushing, but because I couldn't believe how much everything had changed in 1 second of silence. He was never a threat before, not danger, but the kind of safe you could poke fun at. Now I saw he could clap back. And suddenly, everyone else saw it too. At our next hangout, Theo was no longer invisible. The guy started giving him daps like he'd been knighted. Those who'd never given him a second look were laughing at his jerks. Even Sam, loyal to Marcus, was doing the playful stop-it-shove when he made her laugh. And me? I kept quiet. I wasn't about to hand him another highlight reel. The wildest part? Theo didn't change. No arrogance, no gloating, just him. But the power dynamic had shifted, and nobody could unsee it. Every time we hung out, I caught myself wondering, what else are you hiding, Theo? But I wasn't about to ask. Not after getting burnt once. A couple weeks later, we're back at Sam's place. Same scene, same jokes, except I'm a little more reserved now. Then I hear Chris, my own husband, call across the room, "Yo, Theo, still hitting the gym, or was that a one-off?" He meant it as a joke, but there was a sharpness in his voice, a challenge, almost. Theo just sipped his drink, cool as ever. Nah. It's a lifestyle now. The room laughed, but I noticed Chris glance at me. Just for a second, but enough to sting. It hit me then this wasn't even about Theo anymore. It was about Chris, about me, about how a simple joke can flip the whole script and change how everyone sees someone. See, before that night, Theo was invisible. A background character. Safe. Suddenly, he was the main event. I thought I was the star of my own story, but turns out I was just playing a part. Theo changed the narrative, and none of us will ever forget it. If I learned anything, maybe it's not that the quiet ones are weak. Maybe it's that they're just waiting for their moment, and if you ask for the smoke, you better be ready when it comes. Me? I wasn't. Not then. Maybe not ever. I definitely not when it comes to Theo.